8th grade science benchmark. Question 1. Based on what you know about the organization of the periodic table, which two elements shown below would have the most similar chemical properties? A. Sodium and potassium. B. Potassium and calcium. C. Sodium and magnesium. Or D. Potassium and magnesium. Question 2. When determining an element's identity, what is the most important subatomic particle to examine? Is it F, protons, G, neutrons, H, electrons, J, neutrinos? Question 3. Which of the following equations follows the law of conservation of mass? Question 4. Which of the atoms below has the lowest atomic mass? Question 5. Which graph below best illustrates the motion of the object based on the following data table? Student data compares time in seconds to speed in meters per second. Question 6. According to the periodic table, which of the following is the most accurate model of an atom of boron? Question 7. Refer to the chemical compounds table below. How many total elements are in ethanol? Record your answer and fill in the bubbles on your answer document. Be sure to use the correct place value. Question 8. Atoms of which of the following elements have the most similar or same chemical properties as cadmium atoms? Is it F, gold, G, copper, H, silver, or J, zinc? Question 9. Which of the following would be found in the part labeled X in the following chart? The chart is just called describing motion. It compares speed, velocity, and acceleration. Speed shows how fast an object is going, has the formula S equals d divided by t. Velocity includes the speed of an object and the box marked X. Acceleration has the box marked Y and also tells you it can be a change in the direction of an object. Is the answer A, shows the direction in which an object is traveling, B, shows the slowing down of an object in motion, C, shows the speeding up of an object in motion, or D, shows a change in the direction of an object in motion? Question 10. Given the information in the table below, which of the following elements is identified in the following graphic? Is it the element hydrogen, helium, beryllium, or carbon? So your choices are F, beryllium, G, hydrogen, H, helium, or J, carbon. Question 11. Which of the following models best demonstrates a balanced chemical equation? Question 12. Which of the following is a limitation of the following graphic? Is it F, the electrons are the same size as the protons and neutrons? G, the neutrons are located in the nucleus of the atom? H, the protons are located in the nucleus of an atom? Or J, the electrons are in the orbital surrounding the nucleus? Question 13. A student is asked to design an investigation to determine how an unbalanced force may affect the speed and/or direction of a car. When designing and implementing the investigation, which of the following pieces of equipment will be most useful? A, stopwatch, triple beam balance, meter stick. B, stopwatch, graduated cylinder, toy car. C, stopwatch, spring scale, and meter stick. Or D, stopwatch, meter stick, toy car. Question 14. Which of the following atoms will have the most similar or same properties to the atom shown below? F is Roman numeral 1, G Roman numeral 2, H Roman numeral 3, or J Roman numeral 4. Question 15. A rocket is traveling from Earth to Mars at 10,000 meters per second. If no outside force is applied to it, what will happen to its speed over the course of the trip? Is it A, the rocket will speed up, B, the speed will stay constant, C, slow down, or D, it changes depending on mass? Question 16. A student pushes a box with a force of 16 newtons to the left. Another student pushes the same box from the opposite side with a force of 8 newtons to the right. What will be the result? F, the box will move to the right with an 8 Newton force. G, the box will move to the left with a 2 Newton force. H, the box will move to the right with a 2 Newton force. Or J, the box will move to the left with an 8 Newton force. Question 17. The table shows melting points for the alkaline and alkaline earth metals in degrees Celsius. Using the table of melting points above, what conclusion can be made? A. The melting points of alkaline earth metals are double the melting points of alkali metals. B. The melting points of both metals increase as you move down the group. C. Alkali metals have lower melting points than alkaline earth metals. D. The melting points of both metals decrease as you move down the group. Question 18. The following diagram is a model of a molecule of methane. What is the formula for methane? Question 19. Use the following model for the next question. Where would the youngest ocean floor be found? Is it A at Roman numeral 1, B Roman numeral 2, C is Roman numeral 3, or D Roman numeral 4? Question 20. A student mixes 2 clear solutions. Which of the following is evidence that a chemical reaction is occurring? Roman numeral 1 says a color change. Roman numeral 2, production of gas. Roman numeral 3, a temperature change. Roman numeral 4, a precipitate. Question 21. New substances formed during a chemical reaction are indicated or shown A, on the left side of the equation and are called products. B, on the right side of the equation and are called products. C, on the left side of the equation and are called reactants. Or D, on the right side of the equation and are called reactants. Question 22. Use the topographic map below to predict how the landform might be reshaped by weathering. F, weathering could reshape the top of the landform to increase the elevation. G, weathering could reshape the landform to create a canyon. H, weathering could reshape the right side of the landform to create a cave. Or J, weathering could reshape the top of the landform to decrease elevation. Question 23. Alfred Wegener noted that fossils from a particular type of reptile were found on both sides of the Atlantic Ocean. Which of the following would be the best explanation of how this occurred? Is it A, they walked across a giant land bridge that has weathered away? B, the Atlantic Ocean did not exist in earlier times? C, they swam across the ocean? Or D, they walked across an ice bridge located near the equator? Question 24. During an investigation, a student combined 2 substances as shown below. Refer to the information and image shown above. The student observed a decrease in temperature when the substances were combined. A milky substance formed and sank to the bottom of the flask. What is the most likely reason for these results? Is it F, a solid appeared after the liquid evaporated? G, the decrease in temperature produced ice crystals? H, the combined substances chemically reacted? Or J, a portion of the substances dissolved? Question 25. A student gathered a toy car, a ramp, a stopwatch, a meter stick, and a variety of weights. What is he likely testing? A, how the angle of a ramp affects the speed of a car. B, how mass affects the speed of the car. C, how friction affects the speed of a car. D, how equal forces work on the placement of the car and the ramp. Question 26. A roller coaster containing 3 cars is accelerating at 10 meters per second squared before it comes to an abrupt stop at the end of the ride. The mass of one cart is 300 kilograms. How much force was exerted on the roller coaster to bring it to a stop? 9,000 newtons, 900 newtons, 30 newtons, or 3,000 newtons? Question 27. A student placed 2 grams of baking soda in a balloon and 100 milliliters of vinegar in an Erlenmeyer flask. After stretching the opening of the balloon across the neck of the flask, the student raised it to dump the baking soda into the flask. He immediately observed foaming bubbles in the flask and the balloon began to expand. The student concluded that A, the gas was oxygen. B, only a physical change was occurring. C, the baking soda and vinegar were products of a chemical reaction. Or D, the bubbles indicated a chemical change was occurring. Question 28. The diagram below is a portion of a topographic map. In which direction would you expect a delta to be formed? F to the right, G to the top, H to the left, or J to the bottom? Number 29. Which 2 continents did Alfred Wegener think looked like they fit together like puzzle pieces? Was it A, North America and South America? B, South America and Africa? C, North America and Europe? Or D, Europe and Africa? Question 30. In an area known as the Ring of Fire, volcanic island chains have formed in the Pacific Ocean. What most likely caused this to happen? F, convergent plate boundary. G, transform plate boundary. H, mantle hotspot. Or J, divergent plate boundary? Question 31. You are riding in a vehicle with a cup of coffee on the dashboard while traveling 30 kilometers per hour. The vehicle makes a sudden stop to avoid hitting the car that has stopped in front of it. What would happen to the coffee cup? Would it A, go backwards, B, stay stationary or still, C, go forward, or D, go straight up? Question 32. The most recently formed crust of the Earth would be found F, where 2 plates are moving away from each other in opposite directions. G, where plates moving sideways past each other. H, where one plate is going under another plate. J, where 2 plates are pushing directly towards each other. Question 33. Use the following scenario to answer the next question. The following is a model of how a volcano is formed in the ocean. Clay is used to represent lava coming out of the ground. The clay is pushed through a hole in the bottom of an aquarium, and the following forms. So look at the first picture, the second picture, the third. It says you can see how the clay comes through the bottom and slowly forms an island that is above the water. Afterwards, fishing line is used to cut off pieces of the island to show how the volcano will weather. Which of the following series of topographic maps represents the formation and then weathering of the volcano in the clay model?